Hey guys, Rachel here from Rachthestamper.com, and I just got these in. This is the Softly Falling Textured Impressions, Textured Impressions embossing folder. Sorry, I'm used to, sometimes now we have dynamic, which are the really fat ones, but this is a regular embossing folder, and this is the free Reverse Words Celebration Set. You can get this free with any $50 purchase. So this is like a watercolor wash. I really like this, and I wanted to use it because there's some new stuff that came in, and I was on vacation, so I didn't get to do anything, so I'm trying to get it all in really quickly. So I have this piece of plum back here, just so you can see what these look like. It kind of looks like snow or confetti, or you could make it look like stars, but I thought this would be really fun to do like a white on white card with. So I haven't done one yet, but I just thought we could do it together. So what I thought is white on white. So I have a piece of cardstock, 5.5 by 8.5. I'm going to score it at 4 1/4. So that's going to go ahead and be scored. And I'm just using my bone folder. And then I have a piece of shimmery white cardstock, which I'm having a little obsession with right now. This has a lot of sparkle to it. This is 4 by 5 1/4. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp, and I'm going to do this as a crosswise or a landscape card. I'm going to stamp the hooray here, and then I'm going to run it through this embossing folder. I think it'll look really pretty. Now I don't know if I want to do the top or the bottom thus far, but we're going to get this started and then we'll see where it goes. So hopefully I like it. I don't know. I haven't made it yet, so you and I will find out together. So I was debating using Wisteria Wonder or Perfect Plum. And I think Wisteria Wonder will just be a little bit softer for what I'm going for. So I'm going to go with Wisteria Wonder. And let me just grab a block. See if this is going to fit. A little smaller. So I don't normally put these stickers on the back, but since this is kind of an odd shape and I don't want to stamp it like that, I put this one on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give this just a really, really good press to get a good, because it is a little bit harder to get these to stick with the stickers, which is generally why I don't use them. But if you give it a good press, from what I've seen, some of my stamping friends say that it does stay. So we're going to go ahead. I haven't used this yet. This is the first time. So I'm going to go ahead and ink this up. And I'm going to ink it backwards since it's a rather large stamp. And I'm just going to move it around a lot so I don't get any lines. And before you stamp for the first time, you want to stamp onto some scrap. So let me just give this a nice press. Especially too since we have a solid image. That looks pretty good. You can see there's a couple little lines. So we'll make sure that we take care of that. When we fill it in, we're just going to move this around just a little bit so we don't get any like specific lines in it. The other thing people say you can do with this too, if you don't like the way it turns out, is you can pre-stamp it with a little bit of Versamark, and that apparently helps the ink to adhere a little better to the stamp. Okay, so I'm going to just take, this is my shimmery white, and I'm going to line this up just like that. See, because normally I would line this up and it would be all out of whack. Kind of like when I did that train stamp. And it looks like the train was driving uphill, but there really weren't any tracks. So, give this a nice press and see what it looks like. Oh, that looks super pretty. Okay, much better than I thought. All right, so what I'm going to do, just excuse me for one moment because, it's, you know, as usual, I don't have anything organized here. I'm going to grab the Big Shot. Bring this over. Okay, so what we're going to do, get a couple of these out of the way. Alright, so we have our Big Shot platform. I have the 2 cutting pads. We'll put one down, and we're going to put this in. So it's just a matter of how do we want this? Do we want a lot at the top? What if we do it opposite? So we'll kind of do a lot at the top and not so much at the bottom. So I'm going to just kind of line that up how I like. I'm going to even go down just a smidge. Okay, and then I'm going to just layer this in between 2 very well loved cutting pads, and I'm going to crank it through the Big Shot. Okay, get all this out of the way. All right, and oh, that's pretty. Here's what it looks like. Now, this is two-sided. You have to remember that. So you could do this so it was embossed, so it sticks up, or if you wanted to, you could have done it the other way so it was debossed. So just remember that. If you want your dots facing up, you're going to have the Sizzix facing to you. If you wanted it to be the opposite way, just have the Sizzix facing down. So we're going to just take this and put it on here. And I think it needs a little something, but I don't exactly know what. So let me get out. Let's go into the ribbons. That's what I have here. Could make a little bow with that. That would be pretty. Maybe a little faux knot. That's pretty. We're going to use that. And I am like 98% sure that that is in the Occasions catalog. So this is the organza ribbon. Where's my book? Let me just triple check, because if not, I'll use something different, but I'm fairly certain this one's in there. Yep. So 5/8 inch organza ribbon. So we're going to go ahead and use that. And what we're going to do is just going to tie a little faux knot before we put this down. So we'll kind of, let me put this a little bit nicer, just so it looks a little prettier. There we go. And we'll kind of leave it still so it sticks up just slightly. But let me just straighten this a little. Top or bottom. What we could even do is tie a little ribbon, a little bow. Let's see. Come on, Rachel, get it together. This is a little bit large, though. I don't know if I want a bow quite that big. I was going to say we could wrap that around. Yeah, too big. We're going to do it with the faux knot. All right, so I'm going to give this a little edge so I can wrap it, and then we'll go with the faux knot over here. And that way we have enough to wrap it in the back. So I'm going to go ahead and just put a little bit of fast fuse across the back here. And we're going to find which way we kind of like our knot best. Do we want it facing up? Just like that. Ooh, be careful. Don't stick your cardstock down. I'm going to off-center that a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and bring this down, and we will trim off the excess here. Wrap this around a little bit and make sure it's nice and lined up. That's pretty. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get my snips, trim this, because we don't really need that much. So make sure it's nice and straight. And I'm going to go ahead and pop this up on some dimensionals just for a little added visual oomph. And this is a very fast card. I think I've set myself a record almost. I stopped talking. Maybe we can actually finish it up before it turns into an all-day event. Okay, so here's our base, Whisper White. We're going to just put this right on there. This will make a beautiful wedding card. Because hooray, you're getting married. I mean, what's more of a hooray for that? And if you want, you can always put a little glue dot here if you want to hold this down a little bit better. But that was really fun and simple. Super easy. And remember, right now, Celebration only lasts through March 31st, 2016. And a lot of the stuff is selling out. There's actually a tin of cards gone. So you get one of these free every $50 purchase before tax. So it has to be $50 flat before you get anything. But you get this free. I just got in also this really beautiful glimmer paper. Comes in 3 different colors, 6x6, Bermuda Bay, Sweet Sugar Plum, Mint Macaron. This is really cool as well. After this stuff is gone, it is gone. You will be paying astronomically if you wait to get it on eBay. So if there's something you want to get, head to my online store now, rachthestamper.stampinup.net, and you can get all these supplies and more. And as always, I'd love for you to follow along with me on Facebook and YouTube at Rach the Stamper. You can also find me on Instagram and Pinterest as well. Thanks for watching.